Well, it's lovely to meet you, Adele. I'm going to begin by asking, what was it when you first got the script for Orphan? What first attracted you to getting involved in this project?
Um, I think I never read a script where woman was incarnated in this way, with such freedom and, pour le coup, c'est un mot, libre arbitre.
Free will.
And for me, my part, because we are four to play the same, but my part was really about love. And someone would just need to be loved.
Because the film's quite disorientating. I mean, that's sort of the beauty of it. I found that because the character's quite lost, so it makes sense for the audience to feel quite lost at the same time. But do you think part of the fun with this film is piecing the puzzle together?
It was the big challenge. Like at the beginning, we were all focused like how people gonna, when they gonna get We Are the Same Girl. Does the temporary gonna lost people inside it? But at the end, we felt like we were like, okay, let's forget about, because we're thinking about getting the same eyes color and stuff like this. And it was way more interesting to just like people discovering that we are the same by the wildness and this need of love.
Yeah. So when you first read the screenplay, did you realise quite quickly that was the case? Because it took me, I'm a bit of an idiot, so it took me a long time. It took me right towards the end of the film.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
But in the script we were like parts. Yeah. I mean, it was way more easy to get it.
Yeah. So did you meet with the other actresses to try and kind of see if you could copy your own mannerisms to see
we
if there
all
was...
wanted to like get reunited. Wow, it's been a long. I haven't speak English. Sorry. Being reunited and just like talk about the script and about the character, and the same at the end. We're like, you can be so many different people. I mean, it depends on who you love, who is looking at you, which regards people have on you, what they're expecting from you. That finally it was way more dangerous to trying to be all the same, like all have the same action or some stuff that can betray you. Because in life you are such a different person when you have 6, when you have 20, and I guess when you have 40.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that when you watch the film back now, can you enjoy it more like an audience member? Because there's so many areas of the film you're not in,
Yeah, I really feel like it's getting to my part. I'm like, okay, cool. And after I'm just like inside the movie. Yeah. And it's way more comfortable to watch because you're not on you and trying to be ashamed of. I mean, it's always a little bit weird to look at yourself.
Yeah. Has it got more normal with every film that you've made? No. Do you think it ever will?
I think I will never watch a movie like it's not me.
Yeah, it's why I'm sat here and not there as well, because it's hard to watch yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's such an interesting film, and I think what I love is Arnaud's kind of the way he tells his stories is so creative. What's he like to work with as a director? Is he quite? Does he give you a lot of freedom as an actress?
Not so much, because there is a technical way for the 4 girls, like different, but I mean, you are not so much free in your body, but because he's really like precise in his way of directing, he really know what he wants. He don't need to like go somewhere to find his way. He already know everything, but he have a kind of poetic way to direct you. He just like is protective.
Do you quite like that style when you're working on set? Do you like having someone who's very particular?
Freedom, but I love to put myself in danger with those kind of director. Who I mean, I already know his work, and I love Michael Collas, for example, and some documentary he made. But I mean, each meeting is different. Every movie is a different subject, is a different character, and it's a different human stuff. Yeah. So I just try to enjoy each one as different as they can be.
So when you're choosing a project, how much of your decision is based on the filmmaker's previous films? Do you often watch those? And if you like the films, can that be enough sometimes?
I try to watch the movie he made to like get into his brain in a way. And at the beginning, I really wasn't like this. I was like, you know what? I mean, it's like in love. Every experience is really different. So why I should judge him on the past? And at the end, and it was a way to be lazy too, I guess, even if it was unconscious. And now, with the time, I'm like, I think it's a good way to work, to just like get the atmosphere the director can have and all the conviction there is behind his camera. And And I think to make good choice, you have to make also mistakes sometimes. So for me, it's a meeting of a lot of stuff. I mean, in France, I guess in other country too, but there is actors who don't even read the script. We just have to meet the director and feel it.
Yeah. And I was wondering, I mean, of course you share many scenes with Gemma Arterton, and who we absolutely love in the UK, and we've met her a few times, and she's such a nice person.
Yeah.
And I've interviewed so many people that have worked with her that just say that she's just the kindest, most friendly person to be around on set.
Yeah.
It must make it that much easier to go into work every day when you know she's going to be there.
Yeah, and she had this kind of British stuff where she knows she can do everything. She can sing, she can dance, she's making gym. You're like, she's making yoga, but she can go drinks. I don't know. There is something really. She's just like the word nice and fun. It's her.
And of course, she's starting to make make films now in France, and it's
Yeah.
because it
And
seems
she was so good in French because it's hard to play when you're not in your comfort zone, and she make it feel effortless.
Because obviously you've made a film in the English language, and so when you're now working with a sort of English actress making a film in the French language, do you kind of understand what it's like to be in that position?
Yeah. And I mean, it depends on how you live in it, but for me it was a little bit hard to play in English.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exciting because you can cerebralize what you are doing, but but it's quite hard.
Yeah. But do you think that, I mean, because I think it seems like part of the reason why Gemma Arterton has moved to France to make movies, and other actresses like Kristen Scott Thomas, for example, and Charlotte Rampling, is because there's better roles in France for women than there are in America and in the UK. I mean, is that something that you would agree with?
I don't know. Honestly, I can respond. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think it's everywhere really good role for women, and this project was really offering this chance, for example.
So can you see yourself doing more sort of films in America and stuff in the future?
Yeah, but I'm not focused on America. Like, I don't live the Hollywood dream to go there. Of course, there is really director that I admire, and I grew up with their movie and stuff. But there is also, like, I don't know, in America Latina, in Spanish. I mean, there is so many different good directors. For example, I saw a movie that I loved, and I think it's the first movie called The Chosen Ones, from Pablo, and I don't remember his last name. I think he's Mexican, and for example, that's the kind of stuff I want to go for.
Do you find that in France, actors are generally sort of encouraged to make movies all around the world, or do they prefer to try and keep you in France making movies on home soil?
No, I think it's. I don't know actors so much. I'm not friends with so many actors to know, but I think everyone have his own dreams.
And coming up, you've got the Racer and the Jailbird. Well, that's the English language title. What's that one all about? How do you fit into that story?
Honestly, that was one of my best shoot ever. I can explain why, because I think it was a mix of everything. But first, the director, Michael Roskam, who I loved, Bullhead and The Drop. I mean, these last movies. And I don't know, Belgian people have something, they have no ego. But they are hard workers too, and it's a love story. But there is so many stuff inside it. You should just watch it.
I love Belgians.
Yeah,
they make great chocolate as well.
True.
And then there's I was wondering, because obviously Down by Love or Epidement, I don't know what the UK title, Down by Love.
Yeah.
I spoke to Pierre, the director, and he was telling me that you were trying to meet with kind of girls who were in prisons and stuff like that, and you were getting really into the project. Is that something you do with every project? Do you like to try and do lots of research, or is it just based on each different project as they come along?
Yeah, I mean, depends on the project, but for example, to appropriate yourself as a girl who spent 4 years in jail, you can't just come and say, okay, I think she smokes cigarettes and put a jogging. I think there is way more deeply stuff to touch about humanity and what they can share inside it, and not just what they are selling us on TV. So I try to be involved in each project in many different ways, and I love when directors are just helping you to do it. Like Sean Penn for his movie bring me into his association in Haiti, going to jail for éperdument, making racing course for the movie in Belgium. And for example, for this project, I went into horses course.
Yeah.
Okay. Horse tracks.
Yeah.
And I don't really get it. And I loved it. At the beginning, I was like, it's all about bet and stuff, and I was supposed to watch how the job is working, like yes, like.
The cashiers, the cash process works.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the end, I was just like betting on every horses, and I loved it. I was like, yeah, that's my horse.
Did you win at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean like 3 euros, but in my head, I win.
Did you understand it a bit better now? Because in the movie, when I was watching it, I was like, there was just lots of numbers, and I was kind of going.
Yeah, but at the beginning, you're like, wow, and the name of the horse are so funny, like Michael Jackson or Barcelona. But at the end, when you get it, it's good.
So just my final question really is just speaking to you today, you seem to have a real kind of admiration for the director's craft and that whole kind of side of it.
It's a craft.
A craft is what a director does there. Yeah. I mean, have you ever given much thought to getting involved on that side of the camera
No.
yourself one day? Or?
I don't think I'm good in it.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, of course we're here in Toronto. Just wondering, when you do the sort of film festival circuits and you get to go to all the cities, do you ever have time just to go and do some sightseeing and chill?
No.
No.
For example, I wanted to go to the aquarium, but I think I can't.
You had to come and speak to us instead. Sorry about that. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Much appreciated.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey, you guys!